Okay, with this fine guitar piece of VR for you today. Oh yeah, that guitar like pristine. It looks so great. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think it will. I think you strike me as the type of person who will also be interested in a gun. Whoa, I thought this was an instrument store. I didn't know y'all had weapons here. You just strike me as the type of person. You know what? I'll cut you a deal. How about this? How about this? How about this? Listen to me. Listen to me. Because trust me, this gun is gonna save your life one day. This guitar may save your music career, but what about when people wanna? What about when people wanna steal your guitar? What you gonna do? You gotta defend yourself. Look, and on top of that, you know what? I'll even throw in. I'll even throw in. Hold up. I'll even throw in a free sword. How's that sound? You know what I'm saying? But the only thing you got to pay for is the scaffolding. Look, I'm gonna shut this down real quick, okay, and then we can get you all my out. All right? Look. So look. Okay, so you're saying I can get the gun, and you got to throw in that sword too, right? I mean, look, man, I just want the guitar. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna be like the whole thing. A gun, a sword. If you pay just a tiny bit, you can get the bullets and you can get the scab. Alright? Look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Alright? You gotta keep this blade from cutting your guitar, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But look, you know what I'm saying? I really just no. Listen, like you want this though. Like this is just what you need. You need this. This is you cannot live without this. This is not an obtainable item in your field without these things. And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what else you're gonna need? You're gonna need somebody's dirty sock. I like this is just a guarantee. Yo, buddy, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure I need that. You're gonna need that. Forget the sword, forget the gun. You're gonna need this. This is the most important thing you're gonna buy your whole life. I trust me. You're gonna need this. And guess what? Tomorrow it may seem a little bit like why the fuck did I just buy a dirty sock? But the next day after that, you're gonna realize, yo, when my socks get wet, I'm gonna need a sock. Okay, okay, I see what you're saying. It's gonna save my life. It's gonna help me when I'm in a pinch or when my socks get wet. I feel that. I get that. But counter argument, I just want the guitar. Like I think all this stuff is pretty cool besides the dirty. So I'll give you the sword for free. The gun, it's only $100. You could do that. And this I'll throw in for 50. Okay, and the scab and all that stuff. We'll talk about the prices a little later. And then you have the guitar. The guitar is really what you want, but you also need these things, especially this dirty sock. This sock is going to save your life. I don't mind the stains.